my name's Leighton Jen. I'm the director of development. I'm very excited for today's interview. Justine Martin is the director of Oasis, which is one of the films, one of the two films at AmDocs this year that was shortlisted for the Oscars. So this sounds like an amazing film. I'm really excited to catch it. Justine, can you tell our fans about the movie?
Yes, thank you. Actually, this film is my first film after I graduated from university. And it's a film about two twins, a documentary that explores the relation between two teenagers that are twins, while one of them, Raphaël, has an handicap. So he has a disability that makes him, in a way, stuck in childhood. And he witnesses his brother, twin brother Rémi, continue to grow up at a different rhythm as him.
Now that sounds like it. And how did you discover these brothers and turn this into a documentary?
Yes, so actually, in my process about filmmaking, I'm really interested about the thin line between childhood and adulthood. And for me, it was important to explore the nuances in documentary. And I wanted to do something that is close to me. So when I graduated from university, I was thinking about my next idea. And Remy and Raphael, the twins in Oasis, I was their babysitter when I was young. So
Oh,
I lived in the same neighborhood as them. I watched them growing up, and when they were children, they were really close to one another, the best friend to one another. And it's when the years passing by that I noticed a slight difference in the relationship, and that at 14 years old, the age they had when we shot the movie, we noticed that they were not growing up at the same pace anymore, and that like they had like this powerless distance that they cannot do anything about it.
oh,
Mm.
that sounds beautiful and I don't know, a little heartbreaking maybe, but I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds like an amazing film. Now, you've got a lot of great notices. You just recently were at Sundance, and you're also on the short list for the Oscars. So let's take it first with the Oscars. To be on that short list and go through that process of trying to get a nomination. The short list is a great accomplishment. I think it was 15 films that get shortlisted. Can you talk to me about that experience and how everything played out?
Yes, I learned a lot about it because I'm from Quebec in Canada. So I'm not necessarily in the American industry, but we had a really amazing team in United States and as well in Quebec in Montreal. And with the film is as well distributed by the New York Times AmDocs platform. So all of
Mhm.
these people really helped to raise visibility for a film to I think the goal as a filmmaker is to reach your audience at a certain way, at a certain point. So I really want to touch people with my film and, make the film as most as visible to really make maybe a slight difference into people's life for a glimpse of time. And about the shortlist, we did many trips during the fall to present our film in some screening events to meet some people and like learning all of the process. And so when we got the news about the shortlist, we were really surprised and happy and really proud to be like we really followed our instinct and we learned so much during all of this campaigning. So just being there and having the chance to be in the shortlist was like a dream. And as a first experience, like first film, first festivals run, all of that, it was like a really beautiful moment. Yeah.
And then you just got back from Sundance. What was that
It was my first time in Sundance. Actually, we won an award with the Writer Institute in collaboration with Sundance.
like? Oh,
So I had the chance to watch beautiful movies during the week, and yeah, Sundance is a really nice festival as well, and a lot of people like I had a lot of beautiful comeback about my film. So that
mhm.
was a really touching experience as well.
And have you been to Palm Springs before?
Yes, no, actually, when I went to Palm Springs in I think it was in the spring. It was my
Mhm.
first time as well. Yeah, it's a year of first times actually because Oasis is the first film, so I discovered festivals, all of that, and yeah, Palm Springs was my first time.
Oh, so you got a chance to warm up a little bit.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Getting back to the Oscar shortlist, now that you've gone through the process, what did you learn about that process, and what advice would you give to someone who's going through it next year?
Yes, it's a good question. I think that for sure you need a team like publicists, distributors. You need like a whole team that will help you to promote your film. And I think that as a filmmaker, I'm not necessarily used to do promotional work. I'm more
Mhm.
into creation, and like maybe doing promotional work like that is not a instinct, like it's not with your instinct. So I think it's being true to yourself and to really keep your values and your teams that are important for you really close to you, because it I noticed that it's really easy to, like doing big promotional campaign and, changing the nature of the essence of your film just to make it more maybe nice or cool, or like, because there's all this like popular aura, I can say, around
Right.
like the film. So I think it's to really stay close to your beliefs about your film and like the values that you want to communicate. And I think just being the shortlist, we stayed true to ourselves, and we really worked with like ethical, like we did really a nice work, and we had fun doing it. Like it
Okay.
can be stressful, but I think it's really important to find yourself in this like all world of campaigning of Oscars and just enjoy the moment, because it's not every day that you will, for me in Montreal, it's not every day that I will have the chance to go to San Francisco, to LA, to New York. So living this experience, yes, for the campaign, but as well for yourself and what you can discover around it.
Oh, wow. I mean, it sounds very whirlwind, very glamorous. Um, uh, can you talk about being on doc ops with the New York Times? Because I discovered that years ago. I think one of my friends, she was an editor there, and I remember I saw that, it kind of blew me away, just kind of stories they told. Can you talk to me about how that platform helped you? You mentioned it earlier that it got you to a bigger audience. Can you talk about the platform and how it helped you? And I was really kind of surprised that those movies were nominated, could be nominated for Oscars. It did cross my mind.
Yeah, so AmDocs, they have like such a lovely team that supported our films throughout the whole campaign, throughout the whole process, and it was really really nice collaboration with them. And actually they discovered our film during the fall. So Oasis was already done. It already did like this, festival run, and
Mhm.
they decided to take it and to distribute it on their platform for free.
Mhm.
And it's we released the film with the New York Times Updog platform on October 3rd, 2023.
Mhm.
And it was a really beautiful day for me that I will remember for a long time, because they have such a broad audience, and like, it's New York Times, so people from all around the world in United States had the access to these films, and they commented so many beautiful and intimate stories with me
Oh.
via the comments, or like the comment section, or I received emails, uh, messages about how the film changed something in their perception of family, of brotherhood. And for me, it was really precious to have that, and to, at the end, having people that watch it and that can reflect on their own personal stories. And I
Mhm.
think that UpDocs, sharing these stories about documentary can really help people, or just make a little difference in our world.
That's beautiful. Um, why did you call it Oasis?
Yes, I think that this word for me significate symbolizes the forest part, because you know the structure of Oasis is we start with the skate park that is really in the reality, and we have after the contrast with the forest where everything is so peaceful and everything is so uh, colorful, poetic in a way, and it's not necessarily the reality of the twins everyday life. So I really wanted to have this little bubble in the forest, to have like, you know, a pause in time and living the present moment and seeking for what is left in their relationship and how beautiful is it, even if we know it's gonna get distant. And for me, Oasis represent this like precious bubble that exists in another world in a way. And I think that with the colors of like the green, blue, yellow, all these like vivid color represent for me like the symbol of an oasis. So we call it like that.
It's just beautiful how you describe your film. I'm just enchanted.
Thank
Now,
you.
let's joke a little bit funny. When I started looking up your documentary on Brothers and Oasis, we get the rock group, which has a lot of issues. Can how often have you guys had confusions with Oasis the band? Because I guess they had a documentary too or something.
Maybe. Actually, we only started to like get this confusion during the Oscars. Like we never think about that before, and after we're like, oh, it's true, it's the same name, and we were joking around, say, ah, the two brothers should watch our film. Maybe they could come back together or something. So we hope that one day our film Oasis will reach Oasis, the band, and the two brothers, but we
To
were
bring them
joking.
together, to bring
Yeah.
peace. Would you plan a continuation of this movie and these brothers?
Yes, first when I finished the movie, I was like, this is it. But slowly, the idea of, yes, pursuing this experience with them. Actually, this week, the twins turned 17 years old.
Oh,
So it was their birthday. And since maybe a year, I'm thinking of following them for 10 to 15 years in their life to really document their entrance in adulthood. So I'm gonna wait maybe when they will be 18 or in their 20s. But I would really love to explore, like, you know, the perceptions of one another and how they will reach different steps in life in such a different way. So I'm like more in the research part right now. But yes, like I would love to see them growing up on screen as well, and seeing like, you know, crucial steps in life that are kind of universal, but not for everyone. So having these contrasts and similarities to explore.
oh. And then what about other projects? What do you plan to do next?
Yes, actually, I have another short documentaries that's gonna start its distribution soon.
Oh,
Um, and yesterday was my first day of I saw the rushes of my next film. So we are starting to edit. It's a short fiction this time,
hmm.
fiction film about
Oh,
Christmas and
oh,
innocence. Really different tone, but we will do the editing during February.
oh, wow. That's exciting. Well, February, tomorrow's February, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Well, Justine, we're excited to have you back at AmDocs. We're looking forward to having you and screening Oasis, and I think people will be just enchanted by the movie, just like I was enchanted talking to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And just a reminder, everyone, AmDocs is March 21st to 25th at the Palm Springs Cultural Center. Get your tickets soon. We have a great program this year.
Thank
Thanks
you
again, Justine.
for having Oasis in the program. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.